My roommate left her feces smeared all over the bathroom walls and poisoned me. I lived with an awful, now ex-roommate. This happened back in 2020. I moved out of a living situation where a caregiver was allowing a small dog to attack my cat. I moved out fast for her safety, unknowingly into an even worse situation. In my state, the government helps homeless people through a program, and in comes Sherry, fake name for privacy's sake. Sherry is an alcoholic with extreme IBS and, as you probably guessed, came off the streets. It was my first time moving out on my own. I noticed pretty early on that Sherry was a slob, but this was to be expected as she didn't really have experience cleaning a home. The issues started when I woke up late at night and used the bathroom, when I sat down and felt the floor and seat was wet. I turned the lights on and, to my horror, it was like a brown slaughter scene. Human feces spread on the toilet seat, the floor, the walls next to the toilet. It was like a diarrhea bomb went off. I didn't even know that was possible. I informed my landlord, who only believed me with picture evidence, which should have been a huge red flag at the time, but I was still a teenager. I confronted her the next day and she explained that she has IBS, that she can't help it. I said, I understand you have a condition, but if you make a mess it has to be cleaned. She mopped the floor, and I had to take her back into the bathroom and instruct her to clean the walls and the toilet seat where the stains remained. I thought all was well. Fast forward 2 weeks. Both of us and my cat are experiencing dry throat, intense stomach aches, migraines, and dizziness. I noticed that when I walked on the bathroom floor my feet were burning. I asked Sherry if she also felt sick. She said yes and didn't know why. It clicked a day later. I asked what she cleaned the bathroom floor with. She says, bleach. I said, how much water did you dilute it with? Silence. I asked again and she said, I just used bleach. I said, straight bleach? She started yelling and I shut myself in my room, furious. I remopped the floor twice before the symptoms disappeared. My cat was living in my one bedroom at the time and so she had the most exposure, unable to go anywhere that could get away from the scent of bleach fuming into my room from under the door. This incident made me incredibly angry with Sherry, but I let it go. Since she was brought into the house using a government program, it was hard to kick her out for the landlord. It sucked because she'd spend all her money drinking herself stupid, which made her IBS that much worse. Every incident was documented and shared with him. It is important to know he gave us access to the upstairs bathroom if we needed it. Cut to a few months later, I'm cleaning the kitchen and mopping. I wear headphones while I clean to make it easier to focus, and I at this point have kept my room locked since I found Sherry opening my door without knocking and suspected she was snooping through my stuff. The apartment has a kitchen door identical to and right next to my bedroom door. I lock my door and get to mopping. Suddenly the kitchen door is being banged on and Sherry is screaming. Well, I had unknowingly locked the kitchen door instead of my own. She was howling, banging, and threatening to end me, along with calling me slurs I won't repeat. I apologized through the door but was honestly scared she'd attack me outright. I waited for her to walk away, unlocked the door, and locked myself in my room. I call the landlord, tell him what's happening and he says that she's just kidding. She won't do anything, she's just an old woman. I tell him she's threatening to end me and he brushes me off. It isn't until she calls him and threatens to end me to him that he even comes over to see what's going on. Suddenly the banging continues, and I mean walls are shaking, she's hitting the door so hard. I recorded this and said I just unlocked the door. She screams yay and I locked it back so landlord could see what you did, stupid B. You made me crap myself. Landlord gets there and doesn't believe me until I make him watch the video. He tells her she just could have gone upstairs. I tell him he needs to believe me when I say something is going on that serious. I mean it. She ends up finally getting kicked out, and someone even worse moved in before I get the hell out of there.